Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California, home of your, Division Series Championship Dodgers or whatever. There's a lot of things happening, but this is the All Dodgers podcast. Listen, it's a twofer night. It's a twofer show because we feel that good about your Dodgers downing them hated Padres. Hell of a series there. Hell of a start from Yamamoto. We're talking about that. We're getting some Yamamoto reactions. Kiké Hernandez's postseason hymn. Teoscar Hernandez, extend that man 15 times over. I understand there's a lot of people live right now, but guess what? We're here, and we're going to have a good time talking Dodger baseball. First, my name is Clint Pasillas. If you don't know me, find me as RealFRG on the Twitter or the Instagram. I've been talking baseball here a long time on the internet. I've talked about Dodgers championships here on the internet. I've talked about a bunch of Dodgers losses, and now me and my guy at Skinner7 Kevin will be talking about happy Dodgers happy Dodgers things here on the internet. We advanced, beat them tough. It's a tough opponent. Padres played well. Yu Darvish pitched his ass off, but Kevin, I've been talking already for a minute. Spit, let it eat. How are you feeling, my guy, after this 2-0 shutout victory over your Padres?
Happy Dodger fan noises over here. It was like, if you told me that the game would end 2-0, I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna have a heart attack somewhere in the middle there. Something that we'll touch upon later with Yamamoto and just the Dodgers pitching in general. There really weren't that many scary moments from the Padres offense. Like, basically when Tatis hit into that double play, that was like the only threat.
Yeah.
I've never felt a more comfortable 2-0 win possibly ever, let alone in Game 5 of the playoffs in a do or die situation. So I'm fired up. There's a lot of good. There's a little bit of negative, but there's a lot of good to come from today.
Go ahead and fire off some comments here, my guy. I got to find some things here. Again, I'm just coming off of if you want more instant reactions, watch Dodgers Territory afterwards. Myself, Alana Rizzo, talked about this game immediately. Whole bunch of glazing on Yamamoto. Her, having to put her foot in her mouth a little bit because she was not extremely high on Yamamoto. I can understand it. I can understand that. She also picked the Padres, always wanted the Dodgers. She assumed there were pieces in place where the Padres could beat the Dodgers, but no, it did not happen, and we're feeling good. But go ahead, fire off some comments, guys, and sound off in the comments below. Share the show if you wouldn't mind. Let's get to 7,500 subscribers tonight as well. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you want your Dodgers now to go beat the Mets in the NLCS. But now, go ahead, fire off.
Los Dodgers. I'm gonna say Los Doyers said, "We did it, Clint. You're right. We did do it. It was all us." You're welcome.
We're number
Dodger
one.
Fans out there. Yeah, we're number one. A lot of Blink 182, which saddens me because I love Blink, but a little Blink 182 slandering in the chat, which is always good.
Hold on. What I say to that is Padres offense. Where are you?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
No, you're good. We had all the no rings, which is fair. That's true.
Yeah. Better. It's better than mine.
Pin said Yamamoto excellent. Your guy Roach says I'll glaze you, Clint. Or hold him to that.
Sweet.
Make sure. Yep.
We're letting the board eat tonight, guys.
Yeah, seriously. Mr. Classic said Mets will be hard. Well, I guess
pause.
It'd be better than them being flaccid.
Yeah. Pause. Well, I'm still gonna say pause. Yeah.
So there's a lot of positivity around here. A little bit of clowning, a little bit of trolling. A lot less Padre fans in here today than there were. What was it? 48 hours ago. When did we do this last? There's been a lot of these shows recently.
Yeah. Yesterday. It was yesterday night.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yesterday.
What I see, Carnivorous Interactivity in the chat says, woo, let's go, Carney. In the chat, Foop says Yoshi needs to build off of this, and I fully believe Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to build off of this. I mean, he started that game feeling fresh, feeling froggy, hitting 97. I think there was some 98s in there. Yeah,
that slider he struck out Tatis on. I was like, all right, that's it. I was like, I told my fiance this, if this is the Yamamoto we get, we're winning the game. This Yamamoto we got, we won the game.
That's the guy you need. That's the guy you need. Yeah,
the guy you paid $300 million for right there.
And I said this on Dodgers Territory. I do appreciate. I can understand the trepidation fans had with the idea of going to Yamamoto after that stinker in Game 1, after not having any good starts against the Padres. Thankfully, he saves his best for last as Frank H. sends in a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Little brother, have fun in Cancun. You know what? I'm gonna reduce the price tonight. $2 shots because the Dodgers have celebrated. I'm sorry, Kevin's gonna die probably, but you know, at least he's home. You're in the right spot. And I got rum behind me over there. We're gonna have a good time. Mr. Classic, damn right. 8 more wins. All you need is 8 more wins. You get a day off. You could reset. And the other good thing, the Mets come to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Everything is
not having to travel
Mm-hmm.
after tonight. Huge. I just want to shout out Nando390. For all the Dodger fans out there, be safe. Nando390 says I keep getting banned on Padres channels. Doing the Lord's work, but don't say anything you wouldn't say in front of your mother. And if you would say it in front of your mother, that's quite the relationship you guys have.
Speaking of your mother, guys, I want to tell you real quick about our friends at Bet Online. It's the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all things sports betting. If you want to go and bet on your Dodgers in the NLCS, hey, there's a spot you can do it. Every stat, matchup breakdowns, even live odds and spreads are happening during games, before games, which is probably more important in baseball. They have the largest catalog of odds and everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, NBA. They even got political props in there. So if the game is over or politics is over, head on over to their online casino. Get in on a game of blackjack. Get in on a game of poker. Unwind with over 150 slot games right there at your fingertips. Head to the website today. Get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. And let's keep moving on. We got another super chat. Let's go. $2 super chat again. Frank H has taken another shot. I told you, Kevin, we're dying tonight, my guy.
Okay, look,
It's happy dying, though.
I can do. It's Campari. That's what I've got at this point. I've purposefully not been buying booze. So if we get like a big one, I've got something a little better. But for now, we'll stick with Campari.
That's fair. Yeah, man. I mean, let's.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to start? You want to start with Yamamoto? You want to go to Kiké?
I mean, I think we got to talk Kiké Hernandez, man, because you know, once I feel bad for this dude because it seems like every year he needs to go out there and prove himself. You know, he has this track record, and I think I said this last night. I definitely said it on DT just a little bit ago, but there was something budding there in the first part of his, first go round of his Dodger career. He had some key hits, some big moments, but I think the postseason heroics were really solidified when he took off and cheated on us with Boston for those couple of years, primarily in that 2021 postseason. He hit 400 in that postseason, had an OPS over I think it was over 1,000. He was phenomenal. Craig Osterberg says Kiki is clutch, and we saw it. And that guy was just emanating aura. Yep. And I'm overusing the word aura, but I don't care. I don't give one rat's fuck about it because I said this is the postseason of aura, and I will let it eat. We're gonna blow some shit up. This is the postseason where your stats don't matter. What you did during the regular season doesn't matter. Walker Buehler, CT3, Miguel Ross, whatever. Everybody's gonna have their opportunities and their moments, and Kiké had his, and just the strut. He knew. He watches. Oh my God, he sees all of this.
I didn't know he had that kind of power in him. 428 feet. I mean, that's where like dudes hit the ball. He crushed it, and that was like Cody's Game 7 strut with like a little bit more extended bat hold. I mean, he knew it right off the bat. Offensively, even defensively, in the ninth inning when they moved him to third, he made a couple of like tough plays at third where, I know Max has been great there, but like you need to be pretty athletic to get to that ball on that hop. It caught up on him really quick. Fires an accurate throw right to Max, but I mean, just up and down, he was putting together good at bats. I know the first one he hit on the first ball, and the homer he hit on the first ball. But then the second time we saw you, Darvish, he worked it to a full count. I think he struck out on a really good slider, I believe, or he chased a curve. Either way, it doesn't matter. He still put together like a really competitive at bat when, let's be honest, Darvish was carving the Dodgers up all night. He was just carving them up. He just made 2 bad pitches, and that was it.
Back-to-back incredible starts for you, Darvish, but. Just today, the Dodgers were better. Dodgers pitching was better.
Yep. And now the Dodgers need to come out. When does the NLCS start? Is it Sunday, or is it Monday? Sunday? Damn. Sunday need to have some, workout shirts that just say "Don't give a fuck" on it. That's probably one of the best live TV moments I've ever seen. Noah Ortega really fast, 199. Since we're past the first round, I'll be good again.
Appreciate you, my guy Noah. I'll take my shot right now. I'm trying to do 18 things at once because
what happens when you win?
When you win, and again, I haven't even seen. I want to rewatch this game 3 or 4 times and see all the things that just went so well. Because usually when you're watching this game and you're prepping for post games, it's like sometimes you're trying to do something and 3 or 4 little things pass you by. You have to shout out the bullpen in this series for sure. I mean, outside of game 2, where I think just 2 earned on Brazier. Then there was 1 on Grove, who's not on the roster anymore, and Henriquez making his postseason debut gives up 3. Not a single other earned run by this bullpen. My God, Sergio Sound says, "Smoke a bag and feel the vibe." That's not my thing. That's that can be for Mrs. FRG. She'll have a good time.
Yeah, it's just like.
Oh, hold on, wait. My guy DKM also in the chat. What's going on, DKM? Appreciate you in here. This is Mike. I'm talking about Mike Schilt shot himself in the foot for short resting his aces. Now the Padres pay the price. I want to focus on that for a second, Kevin, because and I want to throw to you, but because I've said it in the past, when we watched the Padres in, I think it was 20, then 21, 22. Obviously, that's when they started becoming not just little brother. They did beat the team, but watching the Padres, you saw some of the same little growing pains that the Dodgers went through at the start of this run of success, whether it be throwing pitchers on short rest and not trusting bullpen games and all that kind of stuff. And Mike Schilt, 0-2 now in elimination games against Dave Roberts and these Dodgers, once as a Cardinal, once as a Padre. But is that something you feel that as well, where like you can kind of sense maybe the Padres are going to keep, of course the Padres are going to keep getting better, but there's some similarities from that early stretch of Dodger success?
Yeah, I mean, you see, it's very similar. You had role players really stepping up. Jurickson Profar having a career year. Jackson Merrill moving to center field, becoming one of the best, if not the best center fielder in baseball. Well, Aaron Judge exists, but anyway, you get my point. And yeah, it felt weird for once that it felt like the Dodgers had the advantage in the dugout. Dave pulled all the right levers, and Mike Schilt didn't for the most part. And I mean, he went to his really high-powered bullpen, and they, for the most part, did pretty well. They executed when they asked him to. But the decision to pitch Cease on short rest, I don't think you can fault him for pitching Darvish again on short rest. I mean, Darvish went out there. If you told any Dodgers fan that any starting pitcher they had went 7 innings and gave up only 2 runs, you'd expect to win that game. So I don't blame him for going to Darvish, but the Cease one, definitely scratching my head with that. And I think a lot of it has to come down to the offense just going ice cold. Yep. And, I defended Dave when the Dodgers offense went ice cold in 23 and 22. And I defend Mike Schilt at the same time. He's not up there swinging the bat. He's not taking pitches. He does what he can. It's not his fault that Fernando Tatis Jr. went 0 for 4 and grounded into a double play. You know what I mean? Like, Mike Schilt didn't call for a double play, believe it or not. No.
You were saying earlier. Actually, go ahead and finish, and then I have a Manny Machado thought.
Oh, okay, perfect. We love those. No, so I don't know if it's growing pains in terms of like bullpen usage or pitching selection outside of the Cease thing, but I think it's more of mentality, maybe amongst the players. Elimination game at Dodger Stadium, Game 5. You don't have the crowd behind you. Dodger fans were more well behaved. They weren't, we said to be quiet. They weren't quiet necessarily, but they weren't giving any ammunition to the Padres players, and they fell short.
I will say in that second inning, Machado's first at bat, it was a little more quiet than it was in the. It was raw. There was a raucous, environment in inning 1, and. Credit to the Dodgers. They did the best they could. And we know, I mean, this is a fan base that actually expects to win. It's a different vibe. It's a different environment. So it's hard to get everybody on board. A lot of people don't watch social media. They don't look at shit like that. They go, they bring their family, they spend all this money, they go to Dodger games, and they're not doing this kind of stuff. But credit where credit's due there. Also with the fans, Dodgers players handled everything perfectly. Fans, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see some fights coming up at some point on social media because that's just what happens at ball games. Yep. It's a spicy environment there in Game 5, but they answered the bell, and they did, they did what they were supposed to do, and Dodgers did what they were supposed to do, which is win a ball game. We now need to do what we're supposed to do because Diane Schroeder, $5 super chat, she says, I am so excited. What a sweet victory. Let's get Kevin and Clint drunk. I bought a shot for the both of you. Go Dodgers. And we thank you again, Diane Schroeder, the queen of the chat, as she's been known to be here on the internet. Also, tomorrow I'm gonna get some different booze, but because that's good. That's some good stuff. Not to say I can't have good stuff in the postseason, but go ahead, Kevin Yuhas. My God, let's dropping money tonight.
Beer showers, $20. Let's do some beer showers at the clubhouse, like Noah said. We broke a short-term curse tonight. Extend Teoscar. Yeah. I know we talked a lot about, or I think some guys on DB were talking about you keep Kiké on the roster all year. You suffer through his middling performance in the regular season to get him to October because he shows up big. You got to extend Teoscar for basically the same reason. You suffer that defense just because. I mean, you want to talk about aura, you want to overuse that word. My God, that was a bat flip and a half from Teoscar. For $20, I have a little.
I just realized. Yeah, I don't think I took my shot for Kevin. Oh, that's getting spicy. I'm gonna have to switch to the rum.
This is herb sant. This is what you use to make oh God, why can't I remember the name of it? It's a drink, a Sazerac, excuse me.
And you're just making up bullshit now.
Yeah, exactly. It's absinthe adjacent. So
Larry Scott says it's lit all night long. By the way, I probably didn't say it enough. I do see 3 voicemails in the tank. Guys, call in voicemail hotline. You see it on the screen. It's in the description of this video. I'm waiting for it to come up on the thing because I forget the number offhand. But call into the voicemail hotline while you can right now as well. I'm interested in knowing your thoughts about this game, about the team. 562-373-4095. We'll fire off some voicemails during this game or during this this post game stream here, post game stream because this is my second show. But yeah, should we go? Let's go to the voicemail hotline right now. Let's see what we got.
Anna 199 says, "Go Dodgers, F the Padres, especially Profar and Tatis."
Let's go. Actually, that gives me time.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's we'll hear from our friend, and I'll take my shot during the call from our friend Noah, of course, as you know, Noah Ortega calling in. He's got some vibes. I'm assuming after a Dodger 2-0 shutout, back-to-back shutouts, by the way, in the NLDS. So this is not Dodgers overreactions. This is Dodger fans. We are happy, but let's hear from Noah.
Well, what up, guys? It's Noah, as you know, and this is our year, guys. We are going to win. We are going to win the World Series. We are going to win. My God, guys. And let's all be honest here. All of this goes to Dave Roberts with all the bullpen calls he made and him as well as the front office giving Yamamoto the green light to start this game. So, guys, no matter what the outcome of this postseason is, we cannot say fire Dave Roberts moving forward because it's because of him we won this series with the management of the bullpen and pulling Yamamoto when he did. And, come on, guys, we struck out Tatis. Nope, we didn't strike him out. He hit to Kiké and then Muncy. But ultimately, wow. Yes. So much for that dancing peacock. And by the way, those are Ken Rosenthal's words, dancing peacock.
Banned. Ken Rosenthal.
I will never, ever repeat. And just to finish it off, guys, fuck Manny Machado. Fuck Tatis. Fuck the Dodger parking lot. And for goddamn sake, fuck the Ghost Runner. See you at the NLCS.
Listen,
Did Richie release the trademark for all that?
I think
that he
so,
could say
man.
it?
I think what it's fair. It's fair. It's a family environment here. Well, I guess not a family environment, but it's family secret recipe. I think fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot, fuck the Ghost Runner. Even though it's worth reminding Richie, there's no Ghost Runner in the postseason, but I'm happy to let everybody just take it and run with it. I do want to focus on something Noah said there. Dave Roberts, listen, I've said it. I said it on, I think I said it on Dodger territory. I don't know. It was a little bit of a blur. This was the first postseason where I've really given him a hard time. I've been a Doc defender through many a postseason failure because I understand even this postseason, if they lost, that wasn't on him. I understand none of these are on him because he's not going out there and taking the swings. Maybe 2019, that's on him. He gets to wear that. 2018, Rich Hill coming out of the game, that's on him. But he continues to get better. I'm going to take some credit here in my Doc slander, which, by the way, made its way up to Dave's children. Certain people got in trouble. But I'm just saying, Dave was inspired to pull even more of the right levers. And over the last his 9-year tenure, you just see him getting better and better, making more and more of the right moves, even when you have a depleted roster. And you don't beat the Padres with the roster you have if Doc hasn't gone through all of this, of all of us together hasn't gone through all this turmoil and pain and struggling and shit like that. Hats off to Dave, my guy. Greatest Dodger manager in the history of the team. I'll throw it out there. Yeah, he's had a lot of nice cars to drive, but he produces. He gets to the postseason every single year. Tom Lasorda didn't do that. Walt Olson kind of did that. Bill Russell didn't get a chance to do that. Neither did Jim Tracy. Dave produces. Go ahead.
Two things. Richard Flores, 199. Kevin's Kitchen is officially the Rally Kitchen.
Rally Kitchen, let's go. Let's go to the rum.
Just do this really fast.
Big RR or bigger 64. Big RR 64 says Dave Roberts is a great manager, but anybody can be fired. It's fair. That's fair, but it won't be Dave.
No, and I think for me, the big difference was he really managed for the first time in his career with the Dodgers with real urgency.
Yes.
Yamamoto was cruising. Guess what he didn't do? He didn't let him face the top of the order again. Just because you're afraid, I know you can say that's the opposite of the Rich Hill situation in game, 5 of the 2018 World Series. It's kind of the opposite of that, but when you've got a guy that was shaky and you go, you know what, get 2 times to the order is the most we're going to ask from you, and we're going to hand it over to a bullpen that's proven itself. Love that. Going with Kopech in, what was it, like the 6th inning yesterday or 2 days ago?
3rd inning, I think. Yeah.
Was it the 3rd inning? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, in the bullpen game, the 3rd inning. But even before that, like Kopech was doing like the 7th inning. It's pitching with real urgency, not letting your foot off the gas. 2 days ago, Landon Knack could have taken out a ton more innings.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about that. It was about making sure the Padres don't put up any runs. Don't get any momentum. Don't give them anything. Go to your high leverage guys in the 8th inning. Let Landon Knack take down the 9th. That's real urgency. That, if we had seen real urgency last year, Ryan Pepiot would have pitched game 3.
Yeah.
Not Lance Lynn. So I think that's something that he's really growing into and showing me as the manager now versus the manager we've seen in past postseasons. And it is really paying off, being aggressive with the bullpen. And again, it was still pulling the right levers regardless. Walker Buehler not having, the defense kind of gave up on him basically. Dave goes out there, leaves him in.
Yeah.
It's the right call. Gets the out. And Walker Buehler,
because he saw what we all saw. And Walker Buehler being fired up, being upset, punching shit, throwing that water cooler. He knows that wasn't on him, and I don't consider that showing up as teammates, but the fact that he sent him back out, and then he also gave him that final batter.
Yep.
was impressive stuff. And oh shit, you had something I wanted to piggyback off of, and then I got distracted because I'm trying to get producer Mrs. FRG. Her phone sucks, and sometimes it doesn't get my text. I'm trying to let her know, hey, your boy's getting a little warm. Turn up the AC or turn down the AC a little bit more. But yeah, no, Dave pulling the right levers. Oh, that's right. That's what I wanted to say. A couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, something like that, I put out a video with the thumbnail that said something to the effect of like best bullpen ever, something like that. And then they went on a run of shit. I think that was in July where everybody was just bad. Evan Phillips was really, really bad. But I had that sense, like you saw the guys, and then they went out and added Kopech as well. So maybe it was after Kopech, but they have the pieces. They have these dudes who are just elite. We're hoping it's not the worst, as I hear the AC kick on. So shout out producer Mrs. FRG. You hope Vesia is not in a bad spot where the update is they're hoping it's not an oblique thing for Vesia because, all of a sudden you lose him and you're down to Robleski and Anthony Bonda against the Mets. And
Joe Kelly comes back.
Oh, no. Why do you got to bring me down like that? Jack Harris, 6 minutes ago, Alex Vesia said he felt cramping in his right side, which is why he called out the trainer. Didn't want to risk trying to pitch through it in such an important game. So hopefully he was smart enough. I think Alex Vesia is veteran enough to know when to pull the plug. And then Kopech coming in, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, it must have been hot at the stadium because Arise looked like he cramped up a little bit in the ninth inning when he got backed up off the plate by Trinan. Looked like he was kind of grabbing his hammy. Maybe it was just hot and humid. Completely possible, I think, but also a savvy move by Vesia. Hey,
yeah,
kind of the opposite of the Miguel Rojas situation. Hey man, if you're not feeling it, it's a big game.
Yeah,
don't do too much. Just be that guy. Just be you. And he wasn't. He's like, I'm not feeling it. Let's have Kopech take this down. I want to get back to something you said especially with Evan Phillips looking really bad in July. And it kind of piggybacks is yeah. Is it our attorney's general situation? I don't know. Dave, he found that lane again for Evan Phillips, and he's been amazing. Evan Phillips faced the top of the lineup, and looked like Evan Phillips.
Lights out.
Lights out.
The fuck out.
But it just maybe the closer role isn't for him. But hey, man, high leverage Honey Bun is all the way back. 6th inning. I think it was still a 1-0 game at that point against the top of the Padres lineup. High leverage Honey Bun, baby. It's just, oh God, I'm just so happy because you feel so much better about this bullpen when you know that Evan Phillips is just hanging around back there for when things look the bleakest.
Yeah, bleak. Again, you have multiple closer options on this team, and that's one thing. You go back to the Kenley Jansen era, how we always felt just that it was always fear. The only time, like you said, the only time we felt fear, and I said I was going to bring up Machado. There was a couple like that long fly ball on the warning track to Mookie. If it's July, maybe that baseball gets out of the ballpark. But there was that, and then there was just before Fernando Tatis grounds into that double play. You had some fear. You had some worries. You're like, oh no, they only had a 1-run lead at the time. But they made it hold up, and bullpen electric. God damn, it's so fucking good. I love this goddamn bullpen.
And every year we talk, I think we talked about this, maybe not yesterday, but on like last week's show or something, but every year there's a spot in the season where it's like, oh my God, this bullpen is like the worst thing ever. And at the end of the year, what are we always talking about? Oh, the bullpen is one of the strengths. The bullpen is 100%. It might be the strength of this team. I know we talk a lot about the offense and how good the offense can be when guys are going right, but to shut down the Padres for 24 innings, that's really hard to do. I think I heard somebody say that that's like the first time that's happened in 33 years in the postseason. That's tough to do, especially with guys who like beating the Dodgers. I mean, Jake Cronenworth loves beating the Dodgers. Tatis loves sending a ball. I mean, he is like one of the furthest hit home runs in Dodger Stadium history. So it's just you gotta really tip your cap to the bullpen, and you feel confident really in pretty much everybody that roll out there, which is awesome.
You know, I got a couple things I want to say to that. Noah Ortega says, Padres talking about paying for Tanner Scott. The Padres spent a lot of prospect capital again at the trade deadline, and he's going to be a gunner. He
could be a Dodger next year.
Baby steps. Let's get through 8 more wins. But the Dodgers, I mean, all they did was add Michael Kopech. And it was, at the time, it was kind of a flyer. You didn't know what you were going to have out of him. But this is a bullpen that was built in part in the postseason and in part from 2 dudes who felt they owed something to this ball club. And Blake Trinan, who signed a $1 million deal after missing the last 2 years most of the last 2 years through a shoulder injury and eventual surgery. Dan Hudson missed most of the last 2 years to a knee injury. Dan Hudson, the one fucking constant in this bullpen all year long. I think him and Vesia.
Except for that weird 12 days.
Well, he didn't hit the IL. He was around. He was available. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I don't even feel like it's a limb at all. This is the best Dodger bullpen that we've seen in this run of success. Yes. We're talking about 12 years of success. This is the best Dodger bullpen that we've seen since 2002, 2003, with roided out of his gourd, Eric Gagne, Guillermo Mota, Paul Quantrill in there, Tom Martin. Was
Lima part of that?
No, Lima was just a starter in 2004. Rest in peace, Lima time. This is the best bullpen of a generation of Dodger baseball. And, thank God Dave Roberts has the last 10 years, 9 years of his career of making so many poor decisions, being saddled with so many bad relievers that he had to turn to, where he's now learned. He's got all this, he's put in the time. He's put in his 1,000 hours and then some to know when to pull the right levers, when to make the right moves. And my God, it's a fucking good bullpen.
It is. And also, it's a great $20 super chat from Kevin Yuhas.
Let's fucking go. Yuhas, what the fuck, man? You spent $60 on DT. I was going to tell you, don't do that. Here's the appreciate.
This
is my guy.
F that Pinche Johnny no hustle. People ask me all the time, why do you guys boo Manny Machado? I was like, just go watch the World Series.
Hey, did you guys notice, I was gonna clown on Machado. And by the way, we have more voicemails, guys. If you guys want to call into the voicemail hotline, please do. It's available. I have a bunch more to not a bunch, but there are some right now to roll through. I really got to memorize the number already, but you guys will see it come up. It's also linked in the description of here, 562 and change. Call in. That thing says share your thoughts with an asterisk. Listen, I typed this while also prepping for another show. But 562-373-4095. Also, for a second, a bunch of names in here I haven't seen in a while. I see my guy, Assail Loner, in the chat. Bruce Davis in the chat. Hope you guys are well. Bruce Davis says, this was earlier, but want to thank the Dodgers for the win. It's a gift. I got married last week, and my Dodger, I don't know all the words he's saying there, but apparently if Bruce got married last week, cheers to you and Mrs. Bruce Davis. Hopefully the next ring you get is also going to be a Dodgers World Series championship ring. And I do that because I have 2020 World Series championship rings there. What did I see? Oh, yeah. Yuhas in there. Cape Caveman. Speederbilt in there. Gagne was insane on roids. With Machado, I was going to say, it was in a joke that, did anybody see Machado? He was kind of a no-show. He made he turned an insane double play on Will Smith. Ground ball, kind of short hop.
Yeah,
but
and just
you don't get enough points. You don't get enough runs for that or whatever. That doesn't help.
You don't need an incredibly good third baseman. You can live without the third base isn't defensively a very highly defensively valued position. But man, is it nice if you've got a glove like Manny Machado over there. Holy crap! The throws he makes, the plays he makes, it's really spectacular stuff.
Let's get back into the voicemail hotline here. I forgot who I had loaded up. I loaded up somebody, and we're gonna listen to what they have to say.
Hey Clint, this is Go Yachty.
Matt.
we're going to get this bitch demonetized right now because the Dodgers just fucking did it. We did it. San Diego Padres can't say shit next year. They can't say shit now. They talked so much trash the whole season, the series, everything. They said Yamamoto was nothing. And who's the guy who shut them down and shoved his whole game? This feels so good. That NLDS curse is lifted. Dodgers are in momentum. There's a lot of work to do, but they should fucking party tonight. Go Dodgers.
There's a lot of work to do. I appreciate that from our
Job's
guy.
not finished.
Goat Yachty, exactly. Jobs not finished. That's the most important thing. They had it up in the clubhouse yesterday during the workout day. Jobs not finished. Kobe living strong through this Dodger team. Maybe I don't
Always,
know,
man.
but
Always.
hey, you got number 8 doing some good shit for the Dodgers tonight in Kiké Hernandez.
Where's it for Cody? Or not Cody, Kobe. Good Lord.
Maybe Cody too. Why not? Another voicemail. Let's do it.
Clint and Clint Nation with producer Kevin. I'm Kevin Yuhas.
Let's go.
About 7, 8 Modelos cervezas down, bro.
Cheers.
I'm feeling good with the Dodgers victory. Just want to give a little shout out to you guys, man. This has been a year. Sign Teal. TK's the man. With glasses, apparently. And once again, go Los Doyers. Bye.
My guy, and listen, I will live and die for slightly inebriated or extremely inebriated Kevin Yuhas. Listen, I like most of my Kevins to be drunk a little bit. Just at the right times. Just at the right times.
Yeah.
Not torched.
Just, Yeah. Just at the right time.
Well, I set up some other things. Find some more comments for us, Chief.
Brian Veek says part of our fans at the game. Agreed.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Just not giving in, not doing too much, just being fans. And you got to love it when you're the fans of your own team. So,
Which was exactly what you told them. You said that in the reel I put out today. We talked about it last night. Don't boo them. Cheer for your own team, and that I appreciate the hell out of Dodgers fans for doing that in the first inning. By the way, the first 1-2-3 first inning for a Dodger starter this postseason.
It was like the most important one. Like the first inning may as well have been the 9th inning. If Yoshinobu goes out there and doesn't
fuck, I'm
show
gonna
any command,
giving you points for that one.
So his first pitch, because I was watching, his first pitch was an arm side miss on a fastball, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and I was like, crap, that's what he usually shows when he doesn't have it. But then I thought, okay, well, the last time he pitched, he was pulling it, so maybe he's reined it in a little bit, and then he just started dotting pitches. It's like, okay, we're here, he's here, let's go. Like, this is the Yamamoto that we needed to see. So yeah, I was super happy to see that. Jesus Figueroa says, "What's Teo's Cash App? Man, he needs his money."
Listen, if you want to pay Teo, you can leave a super chat here on the channel, and I promise, wink, wink, we'll get it to you. There was a couple of things
in the form of micheladas. If we buy micheladas, it's pretty much like we're paying for Teoscar. It's not out there.
Yeah, that sounds too much like a Doug thing, because we had the Ohtani fund most of last year. We got to find something different. If it's a michelada fund, I'm in. Fuck it. I'll let you have it.
It can be a me fund. You just pay me.
A sale loaner says, pay that man his money. Locked on Dodgers, my guy Jeff. Love you guys. Love you too. Heffrey. Make sure you guys are following my guy Snydog, by the way. Big stuff hopefully coming in the pipeline for Snydog. One of my favorite people here on this internet machine. And I'm not just saying that because I'm loaded up on a bunch of liquor. Quickly. Go ahead.
You gotta say that comment though.
Which one?
Like John Malkovich. Pay that man his money.
Oh.
Pay that man his money.
I don't know. I don't watch movies.
You've never seen Rounders?
I don't watch a lot of movies. Listen, this is off-season content. We talked about it. We're gonna do a cereal list. We're gonna do a chips list, of which salt and vinegar will not be a part of. So guys, stay tuned for the off-season, which comes in November because the Dodgers got to get 8 more wins. I wanted to go back. I went back way back in the chat because there was a couple of things. One, because you mentioned the fans, my guy Tim Rogers was out there. I jumped into his chat last night, of course, doing the Dodgers 2080 and the Blue Experience podcast as well.
Was Vincent out? Was Vince?
I think Vince was out there as well, covering for Bleacher, because Bleacher Report usually covers the at bare minimum covers the clinching games, the important games for sure. But earlier in the chat, because I saw, and I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find Tim's. He was in the chat. He dropped a couple of chats in here. But Roach had said, I was ready to give up after Game 3, and now I think we're going to win the World Series and the Super Bowl. And you know what? I'm gonna give my guy Roach a horn. Clayton Lockhart. I love Clayton Lockhart because he's usually here, and I see afterwards. It's not by choice. Somehow I just miss his chats a whole bunch. But Clayton Lockhart always supporting the channel. He's watching. He's commenting. I appreciate Clayton Lockhart. We'll do our best to make sure we're seeing them more in the moment. Things at the top of the show. A lot of things are usually happening. I just wanted to make sure I gave some love to some people that I felt deserved it earlier in the chat that I didn't get a chance to get to, and that's about it. You got anything to say before we get into some more voicemails?
A sailed loner says I nailed it. So thank you, appreciate it. I've always wanted to be a John Malkovich imitator. That was my dream growing up. Anyway, back to the voicemails.
Back to the voicemails. I think I got one loaded up here. Where did you go? I think this is it. Let's see if this is it.
Clint and Clint Nation.
No, that one is
producer
Yuhas.
Kevin.
That one is Yuhas again. That's the wrong one. Whatever. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna go to. Oh, this looks like our guy. This looks like our fan favorite, Mr. Richie Flores, calling in. We got to hear what Richie has to say about this team.
I am so fucking proud to be a Dodger fan at this moment. I'm not an emotional man, but I got emotional when we got that third out. What this team has gone through, the criticism, the scrutiny, the shit-talking by the Padres, the way we get treated in San Diego, their fan base that trolls us day after day after day, the classless of Profar, Tatis, and Manny. But yet, at the end of the day, the Padres were shut out for 18 straight innings by our bullpen. Yamamoto went up to the mountain and shouted from the top of his lungs that I am worth the time and the trouble. And I think that after that third game when we blew it, the Dodgers finally said enough is enough. We don't want to have to answer for another third year in a row. The Padres struck out more times than the class nerd trying to ask the hot blonde out on a date. But at the end of the day, we're moving on. And this Mexican is thrilled because I get to go to Game 1 in the NLCS. So fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot. Fuck the Padres. Fuck the city of San Diego. Fuck their entire fan base. And for the love of God, fuck the Ghost Runner. See ya.
Doing his best Ron Burgundy impression there.
Ron Burgundy. All right, I'm gonna do something that might get me some flack here on the chat, but I've been doing this for a while here on the internet since 2018, specifically covering the Dodgers. Before I had a podcast covering all LA teams. Before that, way before that, 2008. Me and my buddy in his weird little rented out apartment / back half garage at a friend's house, living in his grandma's backyard. Talking about Dodgers then, it was Nomar, it was Blake DeWitt, it was Greg Maddux.
Dodgers legend Blake DeWitt.
Dodgers legend Blake DeWitt. Talking about the Dodgers here for a long time, and I've seen the emergence. I started doing this. That wasn't professionally. That was for fun. I've done this professionally now. But before the advent of Twitter and watching fans start to kind of grow into that and watching the early days of Dodgers fans and Dodger fandom in this internet era, and people doing dumb things, saying dumb things, all of us learning together, watching the Dodgers get good along with us. In 2020, 2019, as the Padres were trying to get good, me and my guy Brooke, back in the day, we gave a lot of shit to Padres fans. They were new. They were new to this, and it was apparent. It was obvious. But they've grown. The Padres players, the Padres organization, shout out Peter Seidler for setting in motion something that, listen, well, I'm not a Padres fan. I love baseball. I'm here to love baseball. I want to spread the good word of baseball however I can. I love the Dodgers with my heart and soul, and also my hate a little bit because they deserve it at times. But, Richie said there, kind of giving, fuck the Padres, fuck all that. At least they're not the Angels. At least they're not the Angels. I have an Angel fan buddy of mine, my guy JR, who he's saying, hey guys, you want to golf on Sunday? He's talking to us, me and a couple of our buddies earlier this afternoon. You want to golf on Sunday? And we're like, no. Hopefully, there's an NLCS because some of us play postseason baseball. I appreciate the Padres. I appreciate the fans because they got a lot better. Look at Petco Park. They mostly blocked out Dodgers fans. And they sold out. They still sold out. Padres fans show up now. They're not as stupid. They're not as incredibly stupid online. Yeah, there's some of them. There's bad eggs all around. We saw Dodgers fans throwing shit on the field. There are dumb Dodgers fans. There are dumb Padres fans. There are dumb fans of all teams. But I will give credit where credit is due. The Padres have come a long way in my 6-7 years now of doing this since the start of Blue Heaven back in the day. Fans have gotten a lot better, and they care more about the good ones care more about their team than just saying beat LA. So hopefully let's run it back next year. But congratulations to the San Diego Padres on a fucking hell of a season. Adversity, they lost Joe Musgrove, and they didn't have enough backup, but they did what they needed to do at the trade deadline to make their bullpen better. They got some. They were the first team to make a major trade, going out and getting Luis Arraez to reset that what the offense was going to do. And I appreciate that because it got us to this point. And I'm going to finish. And I'm going to let you eat here for a second. But it got us to this point where, what have we been asking for the last couple of years? We don't want to see another 111 win Dodgers team. We want to see them fighting and scratching and clawing for something until the end of the season. And the Padres and AJ Preller fighting for his job as well because his guy Peter Seidler isn't there anymore. Rest in peace. He did some great shit to make that Padres team good, which helped make the Dodgers better. Your competition makes you better, and that's how we got here. That's how you get here. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. I'm not saying the Padres are the best, but we got here. Frank Lopez, my guy Frankie, good to see you in the chat, bud. He says justice was served. But Kevin, you got anything to add?
No, growing up in San Diego my whole life, been around a lot of Padres fans.
About that, yeah.
And I mean, all my friends are Padres fans. All my friends are Chargers fans.
Thoughts and prayers.
As a Dodgers Raiders fan, I don't. There's not a lot of love lost from me with those friends on that regards. But it's true. Qualcomm for a long time. A lot of it was. I remember once I went to the game. It was Chargers Packers. Man, the trolleys, everything was just full of Packers fans. Dolphins fans, same thing. It was always, with the Raiders game, it's a little different because you had a lot of fans from LA, but San Diego fans, even when they were good, weren't showing out.
Yeah.
The Padres, a lot of us will kind of poke and jab at them blocking out Dodgers fans for not allowing them to buy tickets. They did the right thing. They let their fans get in the building, just like we would want Dodgers fans in the building at the stadium. So, and they still sold out, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
The team has gotten more mature. Manny Machado today is not the Manny Machado of 2018. He has those moments. Yeah. That Manny is still there, but he's not the same Manny. It's good for the city of San Diego. I can tell you that right now. They are dying for not even a championship necessarily of like, of course they are, but they just want a consistent winner. They want something to be proud of on the sports front because the Chargers have left and they don't have a basketball team now, or a hockey team because the Gulls left. Anyway, so they've been just wanting a consistent winner. So shout out to Peter Seidler, rest in peace, for really just giving them the opportunity to do that. Shout out to, I know AJ Preller, Padre fans do not like Preller because he's really aggressive and sometimes doesn't sign great contracts. I thought he did a great job. He identified the right problems and he fixed them with the right players. Luis Ariz is not an amazing player.
Preller is a phenomenal GM.
And he's really good at evaluating talent. Like a lot of my friends will just say he's a glorified, head scout, but he identified a problem and he found the right player to fix it. I talked a lot about how the Dodgers and Andrew Friedman did the right thing in getting Tommy Edman because he was like basically 3 players in one. Ariz was the same thing. They were Padre before that. They were kind of a power bat team with Tatis and Machado, and Ariz was just a dude to like set the table for them. And then he didn't go and get a starting pitcher at the deadline, but what he did is he bolstered their already powerful bullpen. Like he did a really good job. And he generally does so like good, like it's good that he's there and he makes good moves.
He makes great franchise altering moves. Go ahead and keep going, but yeah.
No, I just really fast want to address this. Alex asked how I became a Dodgers fan growing up in San Diego. My family's from Los Angeles, so my dad and my mom are both LA fans. I've had Dodgers gear basically my whole life. So I was transplanted to San Diego more or less when I was 3 years old. So that's how that story goes. But yeah,
behind the Kevin, as we call it.
Behind the Kevin, future segment name. Anyway, no, it's awesome for Padres fans. I know this is going to be disappointing. I know for a fact they're not happy because I popped into a Padres live stream before we hopped on here. They're not happy, nor should they be. Choking away a 2-1 lead, and you had your chance at home. Often, like, can you imagine what we would be saying right now if the Dodgers did what the Padres did? We'd be asking for heads to roll.
Yeah. Listen, a couple of years ago, because I want to talk Preller. We got more voice. We're gonna be here. We'll be here. It's Friday night. The party's here on the west side or something like that.
The herb song's flowing.
I want to talk Preller, but I also want to talk about a couple of years ago. I think it was. I want to say it was 21. Maybe it might have been 20. I forget. It was a Padres year. Or the Padres were pretty decent, and I remember equating it to. They look a lot like the 2015 Dodgers, and this goes back to continuing to grow, continuing to get better. It's funny I say 2015 Dodgers because they played the Mets then, and we're going to play the Mets now. But just wanted to throw that out there. But on Preller, Andrew Friedman's a mastermind at his job. He finds the right people, whether it be Alex Anthopoulos, whether it be, or brings in the right people, I should say. Now Brandon Gomes. I don't want to keep glazing the Padres here because fuck them, they lost. But still, AJ Preller, he's kind of a mastermind because every year people keep talking heads bring up the fact that this dude traded away all of his talent to get X or Y or Z, but they keep just finding more talent. They find a way to bring in more talent. They needed talent to go out and make that Luis Ariz trade in May. They needed talent in the offseason, or at least they acquired some talent, like the Michael King trade, trading away Juan Soto and getting better. You don't do that as an organization. But they make some moves. They make some smart decisions. And I hope they keep getting better because, again, it makes the Dodgers better, and that's the most important thing. What they do forces the Dodgers to be better. You don't think Andrew Friedman saw, and I know we got a super chat in there. We're going to get to that in a second. You don't think Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes saw that the Padres were getting better, and they went out and committed $1 billion to Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 5 winner, Teoscar Hernandez, committing the money to Tyler Glasnow. GI says, why are we talking about Preller? I understand that comment. We're talking about Preller. We're talking about the Padres because them getting better helps the Dodgers get better. And Dodgers. And that's it. We're done on Preller unless you have one more thing.
I have one more thing, and this speaks to what Preller and Peter Seidler put in motion here. The Padres have players that actually want to play for the Padres. They have guys that want to be there. That is not something you can say 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So, we're talking about this because a lot of the Dodgers, a lot of the woes we've talked about as they've had early exits is because, and Ivy Shogun says it right, iron sharpens iron.
Great point.
The division gets wrapped up, early September, and the Dodgers are just going through the motions, and then they get smacked by a team who's just been hungry the whole time. The Padres getting good, and Preller and Seidler and everybody doing this, that organization doing what they're doing, not just because the Dodgers beat the Padres literally, but them doing what they did forced the Dodgers to get better. Maybe not in record, but in mentality, in moxie, and just stepping up in big moments.
And in talent.
Yeah, in talent. Well, I mean, we kind of knew this was where it was going.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it wasn't the Padres getting better that got them to sign Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei is one, but Teoscar, Yamamoto, I mean, you know what? That's fair. They have been.
I do think Alex Anthopoulos has
a great comment, by the way. He says, about time I said something right. Anyways, go ahead.
I will say Alex Anthopoulos is probably the reason they got Teoscar, because I think the Chris Sale signing trade came first, and then the Teoscar signing came after Chris Sale.
Okay, because Boston obviously very heavy in on Teoscar in the postseason or in the offseason.
No. But the Braves acquiring Chris Sale, so the Dodgers needed a right-handed bat to.
Also they needed talented players. They still don't have an outfield technically if you're looking into next season. Douglas McWilliams saying Michael King is a stud. Yeah, Michael King. Hey, how about one of the unsung heroes of the Padres? And I want to end on the Padres. I want to get over this, but Kyle Higashioka. You say the word Higashioka. I almost got it, but. Higgy had himself a fucking hell of a postseason. You have guys that want to be. You don't get performances like that unless they want to. They're bitches. They're still bitches. They're straight up still bitches. I don't know. Said earlier, Tatis is a stone cold narcissist, as is Machado. I said it yesterday in our kind of Game 5 preview. It all starts at Machado. Machado can be a leader. He can be a phenomenal player. He could be a Hall of Famer, but he's also at the same time that same dude who came up with the Orioles in whatever it was, 2011, 2012, ruining Dustin Pedroia's career, having all of these issues, wearing a Dodger uniform, kicking Jesus Aguilar. He still has that. He's still an immature little bitch. And that cascades down to particularly two people. Because you can see, somebody like Jackson Merrill, he doesn't want anything to do with that. But Profar and Tatis, they are all in on the Machado vibe and whatever. But to pin it, they lost. Dodgers better. Dodgers play the Mets going forward. But we appreciate the Padres for forcing us to get better. I think I might have missed a super chat. You look it up. You check that out. Okay, we did not. Okay, cool.
Yep.
There's still more people.
My eye is always on the money. I know where the money's at.
Well, this is why I hired that guy for very little to no money, basically no money. But we're getting there. We're getting there. As long as you guys, hold on, I'm gonna go back. As long as you guys keep hitting that subscribe button, keep hitting the thumbs up. We're gonna be here with you all postseason long. We're going to live and die with this team along with you. Me as well on Dodgers territory. We're having fun, man. We're having a lot of fun. And winning is fun. Winning is contagious. Or hitting is contagious. Something like that. But anyways, voicemail.
Hey, guys. This is Frank H. on YouTube. I just want to say this Dodgers team has survived quite a bit this season. Hats off to them for making it to this next round. They're tough.
That it? Oh, that was it. My bad. Hats off. Absolutely. I appreciate the short, sweet voicemail as well. Frank, thanks for calling in. You feel good about this team, man?
No, that's how I feel. At this, because I'll be honest. I watched this game with like one eye open. Like I was like, if the Dodgers were up to bat, I'd watch it. If the Padres are up to bat, I'd like click away and like go watch something else for a little bit and tune back to see if like we got out of the inning or whatever. This Mets series coming up, I'll watch every single inning. I don't care at this point. It's like
I will say,
all
listen,
gravy
I was
for me.
honestly, I was surprised, man. We talked a little bit about wrong screen. We talked a little bit, through this series. I thought you'd be like super into it, but I also know where you're at mentally because I've been there as well.
Yeah, the
where
problem for me
it hurts sometimes
is I'm this way July 17th. Like I don't care who they could be playing the Marlins. It doesn't matter. I'm glued to the screen. I want to watch every pitch. It's mentally taxing for me, emotionally taxing for me all year. And then when it's like the Padres or the Giants, it gets kicked up a notch. And I have to like save my sanity a little bit. I like ruined a lot of things. Like I ruined an outing when they lost to the Padres a few years ago. Like my fiance and I went to a corn maze and I was just in the shittiest mood the whole time. I didn't want to have anything to do with anything. I was like, get me out of here. I just want to go home. That's my nature with the Mets now. And we don't have to worry. It's a fun team. This isn't the Braves. This is a new team. If you don't count 15? Yeah. Daniel Murphy's not on the team. Thank God. So this is just for me. This will be fun. We just get a new team that we get talent. We get now I can really enjoy postseason baseball, and I don't have to worry about like getting texts from my Padre fan friends, or anything dumb. I don't have to like sit here and just like wallow for like 5 months about it. So now I get to like enjoy the rest of this. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited for the postseason.
I can understand it, man, because the last couple of postseasons, the last couple of NLDSs, they've been painful, and to get past
horrible
a division opponent. I mean, 23 Dodgers sucked. They had nothing. They were missing something. 22. I am very much on record as saying it's a boring team. That was a very boring team. I called for a lot of people's heads. I asked for Justin Turner to be let go, and they did that. And then the same sort of thing happened, but this is a good team. This has good vibes. This is a team that we all here in this chat and beyond can ride and die with together, and we'll be here in this chat as well, riding and dying together. So I hope you guys hit that subscribe button. We're not done here yet. We got some time. We got some more voicemails as well. I'm not letting anybody feel left out of this because we haven't said it in a little bit. Your Dodgers advance. They get past the mighty Padres. They beat the new, beat the dragon? They slay the dragon.
Slay the dragon.
Down south, which if you say it that way, that's pause. If you're slaying
pause.
Yeah. If you're slaying the dragon down south, I've seen that OnlyFans account. But anyway, they beat the Padres. They beat a very, very good team, a Padres team that I'm coming back in the Padres. They did a lot of things to try to beat your Dodgers team, be better than your Dodgers team, and Dodgers said, "Nah, fuck you. We're good." The Dodgers also spent a lot of money.
And Max Muncy said it best, getting beer poured on him. Said 80% of you motherfuckers thought we were gonna lose. 80% of you fuckers, and then just kind of walked away. That's true. I had the Padres in 4. I did. I thought this was gonna be a repeat of 22.
Man, I love Max. I also hate Max, but I love Max. I hate him when he's off.
Yeah, when he's off, he takes painful at bats. It's tough, but I love Max Muncy. We'll talk more about Mets series coming up, but I got some
great comment there from Francisco. He says it's no Diddy. I think you got to say no Diddy these days, but I don't want to get attacked by the Diddy faithful. Hey, we got another voicemail. We got more voicemails, guys. If you want to call in, 562-373-4095. We're going to be here for a little bit longer, praising, being happy about our Dodgers winning, defeating the Padres, moving on to play the mighty Mets in the National League Championship Series. The Mets coming to L.A. Sunday. Jack Flaherty on the bump, facing, I don't care, Jack Flaherty's on the bump, and that's why this team went out and got him. But let's hear what somebody Somebody somewhere. I think we heard that one. I don't know this one. I don't know if I downloaded this one. I'm gonna download it, and we're gonna listen to this this next voicemail.
Hey, Clint, say Sue. We got to start GoFundMe for Teo, man. He deserves his money. After seeing the way he played tonight, man, that's my fucking GOAT, man. That's my GOAT, man. Man, let's go win the whole thing. One more thing. Fuck Profile. Go Dodgers, man.
I appreciate that people are hitting the fuck everything about the Padres.
You, Jesus. Thank you. Oh man, we can't be known for that. We can't be known for curses. Also, In-N-Out Burger says Dodgers win. Doubles on me. Let's go.
Oh, that's a really good point, because I did bring up to a friend who's not really a massive baseball fan but does love Panda Express. And I told my friend today, I texted her today saying, "Friend, this is the most important Panda Express of the year. We need to get $5 Panda tomorrow." And they did it, the boys. The wrong button, but Dodgers gave us Panda Express for $5 tomorrow. I know what I'm going to be eating, and that's rotisserie chicken I have left over.
Tomorrow. Damn.
Well, do better, man. Just fucking. Can you try? Can you try for once?
Yeah.
You only got Bennies out there. I get you. Let's hear our next voicemail. We got somebody. I forgot who it was, but let's listen.
Hey, Clint, this is Daniel from Corona.
Hey, yo.
Hey, some really great things happened tonight that I wanted people to notice. A few things. One, Tatis wasn't really shaking his junk around tonight, was he? One of the next things that I wanted to point out for people was that the Padres lost in this series, especially Game 5. It has to be targeted right. And so Profar, Tatis, and Machado, they are the ones that the Padres fans have to blame for this loss. And they should hang it over their heads all next season and guilt trip them about it, because all that trash talking that they do, and then you're going to give like over 20 scoreless innings in the postseason to end up getting knocked out in Game 5 by the Los Angeles Dodgers. And lastly, every one of the Dodger fans out there that was hating on a rookie like Yamamoto, I hope tonight that you saw the dog that is in him. He pitched, I think in the past, he pitched like over 100 innings or something like that in Game 6 of the Japanese World Series.
Yep.
And he did that to keep his team in it, to keep his team in that series. And he's proven himself. He's proven himself a gem before he came to the MLB, and he proved it again for everybody out here tonight. There's not too many rookies that could do something like that. If you need to remember, think of somebody like Bobby Miller last season, last postseason. So I just want everyone to sit on that and meditate on that idea of how good Yamamoto can be. And Darvish, he's not the one to blame for the Padres' loss. Darvish has had a lot of bad luck with his teams not really backing him up in elimination games.
Really good point.
But let's just keep the real hate where it belongs. It belongs with Machado and his little minions that all learned from him on how to be douchebags. So let's go Dodgers, and let's take it to New York. Bye.
Let's go.
Great fucking call from Daniel there, man. That's some awesome shit.
That's good stuff. I want to. I don't know if we said it in this or we just talked about it in the Discord, but he brings up a great point about Yamamoto and the championship of the MPB series. I know I said Yamamoto, he had a rough Game 1 of that series of the MPB championship, and then in Game 6 he was phenomenal. I think he pitched like 6 innings, 1 earned run, and that's what gave me hope that today we could see that, because he's learned from his mistakes and he can kind of figure out what's going on. And for me, this is even not just because it's with the Dodgers on this stage, but this was even more impressive because this is not only a team that, shelled them in this series, but really all year.
Yeah.
And in the biggest moment, in the biggest stage, he figures it out. And good Lord, if you told me he went 5 innings, no earned runs, that's incredible. I was hoping for 3 innings of maybe like 1 earned run.
Yeah.
Get 5-0, like to get 5-0, like that's ace level stuff right there. That's why they signed him. You like more swing and miss, whatever, he'll figure that out. But that is like really, really, really good shit right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh shit, did I tweet something? Oh, I might have tweeted something twice. Sorry, I got sidetracked on something else. I do want to pause for a second to. I mean, I haven't told people about. People here already know, but I haven't told people about Patreon. If you're looking for a different way to support the channel, but also perhaps more importantly, join us in conversation on Discord where we're talking about Dodger baseball all day long, and it gets off the chain, as the kids say, during games. If you want to join us on Discord, it is behind a paywall. It's $5 a month on Patreon or through YouTube members. You'll see that join button here on YouTube, patreon.com/realfrg. I mean, if you want to talk Dodger baseball, I think there are fewer better spots to do it. I know there's a lot of Dodger Discords out there. You got some smart people in there, and you also got me and Kevin in there, so there's one thing. But also at the same time, you're helping support independent Dodgers coverage, independent baseball coverage here. What you see here, there's no backing, there's no big money, there's no big tech being thrown into this. This is all you guys watching the show, supporting the show. That's the only way we get paid and keep doing it and keep the lights on. We do it as a labor of love, as you know, a passion for what we do here, passion for this team. But at the same time, it makes it a lot easier when you're able to be like, hell yeah, we could also buy new equipment, things. I've been telling Kevin for at least the last 3 or 4 months I need to get him a light, and he's like, don't worry, I'm going to get it. And then he didn't get it, but I'm going to get him a light now because we got an NLCS.
He did say if they make it to the NLCS, we'll get me a light. So
you guys can help. You guys can help with that.
And my immediate response was, let's just get there first.
and if it's not through Patreon, it is through hitting that subscribe button, or hitting a thumbs up, sharing the channel. Almost 200 live on YouTube right now. Almost 500 live on Twitter, X right now. We appreciate you guys. Nice. If you're on Twitter, come on over to YouTube. That's where I can see your comments. It's real finicky. YouTube's real, or what is it? There you go. The other thing, X is real finicky about sharing comments. But we got another voicemail. I do want to get to this next voicemail. It's our guy Grizzly Oso, and you know what, Grizzly, he's gonna sound off about this Dodgers win.
This is Nico, a.k.a. Grizzly Oso. Just wanting to call in to say that this was an excellent win by our team. We were able to blank the Dodgers at their home, and then we turned around and blanked them in our house like we should. Yamamoto finally proved to me that he's worth the $325 million by going 5 innings, scoreless, or keeping the damage minimal. He did the job that he was brought on board to do. The Kopech, man, he did great. All that energy, I loved it. Loved seeing it. And Trinan too, just blanking fools. It was great to see. And then of course the Kiké and Teoscar combos of solo shots that really put us over the top. That kept us ahead of them, and they won the game. It was Hernandez's to win the game, and that's what it was about. But we showed grit, we showed determination. It sucks that Ohtani went 0 for 3, but you know what? We won, and that's what matters. Now we're on to the CS, and it's going to be wonderful.
That it is. Appreciate Grizzly Oso calling in. You know what? I kind of said it earlier, but the fact that they were able to win without, really much production from Shohei in this series, like, that's incredible. Mookie turned it on, 0 for in this game. Freddie, super limited.
Yep.
Everybody doing something. That's how you win.
What's incredible is you got the guys that, we've been talking about. Like, how many times have we talked about get Teoscar to October? How many times have we said that? It's October. Like, who's showing? I mean, like, I know his home run, his grand slam ultimately didn't mean a ton.
Yeah.
But it was a grand slam and brought the game within one. They had, 21 outs or whatever it was, or 18 outs to, try to tie the game. Couldn't. Kiké, you suffer him the whole regular season, finally gets a start. What does he do? First pitch he sees halfway up the pavilion. Like, it's incredible because your stars will eventually get there. Maybe not Freddie right now because he's got, half a leg. But when you can supplement that with guys like Teoscar and Kiké. It's just that's winning baseball. Rogelio, I think I said that right. Rosales 199 says good job handling Alana earlier. LOL.
I love my girl Riz. You know, I'm ride and die with that chick, man. She's fiery. She's fiery. She loves this team, and some people gave her a lot of shit about, you know, the Padres pick. Padres entered that series, you know, on a run, on a roll. They cruised their way through the wild card series. In her heart, she always wanted the Dodgers to win. She is a Dodger through and through, even though she's, you know, from Colorado, covered the Rockies all those years, now lives on the East Coast. She wants them boys in blue to always be winning. I see my guy Michelada Poppy. I'm going to say my guy because I love that fucking name. So good. So the pitching carved up the Padres like some carnitas tacos, and now you're getting your boy hungry because I just realized I haven't had dinner. We're still going. I've been locked in for tonight. Another one of my guys, I see the legend Caleb Nguyen. Used to be a writer for me over at the old place, as did you. Caleb says, impressed beyond belief considering how injured the pitching staff is right now. You got to be impressed about how that bullpen responded. We already talked about that. Appreciate you hanging out with us, rocking with us, Caleb. Guys doing good things right now in the journalism space, and I hope he keeps getting better, keeps getting bigger and better opportunities. But yeah, we talked about it earlier, man. This bullpen, I'll say it again for the people that missed it, like, this could be the best bullpen we've seen in 10, 15, 20, 30, not 30, but it's the best bullpen we've seen in a very, very long time. And they're going to have to live with them.
And it's incredible that it's not just a bunch of high leverage guys. Like you could throw them in high leverage if you want to, but it's guys that they've found a lane for that really fill that role. Ryan Brazier did a great job opening. Fantastic job. Anthony Bonda, it got a little dicey there for a little bit. Same thing. You get your mid-level guy, your mid-leverage guys, you get openers, they've got a whole array of guys, but whatever their role is, you feel really confident in that role. And that's not something that we've felt for a long time because, this team was so beholden to make sure that Kenley got the ball last. And when he did, it was just like, I feel like there are other options.
Let's talk about needing to honor Clayton Kershaw in 2019. Actually, in fact, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Nobody wants that.
It's this, and finally, they've found guys that, Dave loves his guys, and they're rewarding him finally for believing in his guys. Clayton's his guy. Mayday Mamba 008 says Joe Kelly is still on ice. Not if Vesia's hurt. So he might be thawing right now, just like Mariah Carey.
Oh, God. Christmas is coming up, but not before a Dodger championship and a celebration in Los Angeles here. I love what Kiké said before the game, by the way, talking about how fans need it. They deserve it. We didn't get we didn't get that celebration, that party in 20. He knows. They all know. And not even a very large part of me, very large part of me wants some of those dudes to come back that were part of that 20 team. I have no problem if JT's there partying, my guy Ross Stripling is there partying, Alex Wood, Scott Alexander, these guys that were there, Dylan Floro.
I saw this earlier, and I thought it was so funny. Alex Wood's Twitter description or banner, it just says 2020 World Champion. Yeah, absolutely. That dude should get back.
Let's go, Woody.
He didn't get to celebrate. Chicken Strip should be back.
Let's do it. I mean, I'm not saying sign him because we don't need him.
No, we don't.
Just come party.
No, we don't want.
You can come to the party, guys.
Bring him to the party. Absolutely. JT should 100% be there. He's got the key to the city. He has a day there. There's a Justin Turner day. Absolutely. He should basically marshal the parade at that point.
I'm in. Diane Schroeder says, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you haven't yet. Trying to get to 7,500 subscribers. Did we pass it? There's a good chance we might have passed it tonight. I passed 5,000 subscribers on Twitter tonight. I never cared too much about trying to grow my Twitter in the past. / you got yelled at my old job if you tried too hard on Twitter. So we are 23 subscribers away from 7,500. Let's do it, guys. Hit that subscribe button. That would be pretty cool to hit that mark before the start of the before the start of the NLCS.
206 of you in here, a little more than 10%. Just say it's free.
It is free.
It's cool. That's the biggest thing, though. It's cool.
The homie Josh Gitt met this guy before. Saw him at our Dodgers all Dodgers meetup in August. It says Yamamoto earned every cent of his contract. Maybe not yet, because that's a lot of money, but he's on the right track for earning it. And my God, how I wouldn't say where would this team be without him, because he would have started Flaherty in that point. But it's nice to know that back against the wall, he can do it. He can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we knew he could show up in the biggest moments because, he's in New York against the Yankees. I know they don't have Juan Soto. I keep saying that. And he pitches a great game, hits the IL, unfortunately, afterwards. But we've seen it in the WBC. Like, he's shown a big game, like being able to show up in the biggest moments. He's shown that. So the only reason I was like sort of iffy about him tonight was the Padres. That's all. And they've, they seem to have, I don't know if there's a book on him, but they see something, or they saw something. Not tonight.
Listen, it takes one turn to start riding that ship, and he did it tonight, and he did it in a big way. 5 shutout innings. Only got 2 Ks. It doesn't matter. Make your defense work, and the defense looked very, very good behind him. Sans Miguel Rojas, and it should be sans Miguel Rojas for the rest of the postseason, because Kiké Hernandez needs to be in there every single inning going forward. I got a burp. And I got to read Francisco Verhan says, Clint, I got you, my boy. Like, smashed. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Caleb back in the chat says, also, if it hasn't been said already, extend Teoscar Hernandez in a heartbeat. This dude needs to be maybe not a Dodger for life, but definitely a Dodger for the next 3 or 4 or 5 seasons. I'm all in on Teo.
I think a 2+1 is ideal. 3+1 just for a thank you, especially if they win the World Series.
Yeah.
A 3+1 would be great. But yeah, absolutely needs the extension. He'll probably get the qualifying offer no matter what. But yeah, I think definitely needs to. He loves playing at Dodger Stadium. Dodger fans love him. Shohei loves him. It says something.
Absolutely does. So 2 more points I saw. Where is it? Young Yi earlier saying it's just Gonsolin ? Tony, who by the way, Anthony Gonsolin, my guy, did start Game 5 or Game 6 of the 2020 World Series. Didn't get the win. Didn't do a great job. But
so
they won.
Vesia goes down.
Gonsolin is somebody that's available in a longer series. Gonsolin. We haven't seen him this year, and this is a question, or this is a point of conversation in a different NLCS preview edition of the show. Maybe we do that tomorrow. Maybe we do that before Game 1 on Sunday. We need to talk, you and I. But maybe Gonsolin is somebody that replaces Ben Kasparius. As good as Casper has been for this team this year, in short, small sample size. Anthony Gonsolin in the right lanes has some nasty strikeout stuff, and in short burst, he's good.
Yep.
So
and that's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be short bursts, especially obviously coming off Tommy John. But kind of with this stuff, he's Bobby Miller with a better mentality.
I'm just saying, you said Bobby Miller. I forgot about him, and now my vibe is very much down. So I'm going to bring it up because we got a $2 super chat from my guy, Richie Flores. He says, Kevin needs to fly out for the NLCS Man Cave show. How are we going to get you out of here, Kev?
I think if the Dodgers make the World Series, we can try to see if we can get something to work.
Finagle something?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There it is. You guys heard it here first.
When they make the World Series, we'll have your people talk to my people and stuff like that.
By the way, we got an LCS coming up. So, Richie, Man Cave show, live stream party happening with the Discord OGs. We'll talk. One last voicemail, and we'll get out of here. I don't know who left it. The transcription struggled to explain what they said. So this could be a banger. Everybody saddle in.
Is it that guy again?
Everybody saddle in. before we get out of here. But I don't know who it is, but we're going to experience together here in real time.
Clint, what I tell you, it's your boy, Alex. All I got to say, bro.
They not like us.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Nothing needs to be said. Padres, enjoy Cancun. And let me check my Padres trophy case real quick. Oh, that's right. Still 0 rings. Season done, if you ask me.
Alexander Rose, my guy.
There you go.
Known that guy for a hot minute. He also said important stuff here, guys. He just joined on Patreon. That's awesome. Patreon supporter, appreciate you, Alex. We're gonna have some conversations all the way through a World Series championship. We're gonna party. We're gonna have a good time. But hey, Kev, any parting thoughts before we get the fuck out of here?
Just go Dodgers, man. This is the best. I mean, this is the best we felt as Dodger fans, at least in my opinion, in a long time. So, we got to enjoy it, and enjoy the next 48-ish hours. A little less than that, and let's beat the Mets, man. Beat the Mets.
Come beat the Mets, or come meet the Mets. Come beat the Mets. The Dodgers get to do that, and they welcome the Mets to Dodger Stadium. I forgot. They said the time is, I think,
Sunday.
5 or 6 on Sunday, and then the weird 1 o'clock game. A weird 1 o'clock game on Monday, but we'll talk about that when we do.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
1 o'clock LA time on Monday because they're doing the Yankees.
Yankees. Oh,
Get
God.
But Kevin's about to be arrested, so we should
pretty much.
we should get out of here. Guys, I appreciate the fuck out of you for being here. I appreciate the Dodgers. Like my boy likes to sign off his show. Nothing brings us together like Dodger baseball. But we're here. We got 8 more wins. Let's do it. Let's ride. They not like us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the great questions and comments. The super chats are awesome. Getting me and Kevin at least a little bit tipsy here on this Friday night where we're rocking with you. Thank you to the channel members, the Patreon supporters on the channel as well. You help us continue to try to bring the best or at least somewhat entertaining content here on the internet. We try to do something a little bit different here when it comes to Dodgers coverage. A couple of talking heads having fun talking Dodger baseball that are quasi-professional and also very much big-time Dodgers fans. And again, I'll say it again. If you're looking for a different way to support me, support him, support the channel, and independent Dodgers coverage, while at the same time being able to join a community of like-minded-ish Dodgers fans, we all want to win. We all want to win together. Join us on Discord, through Patreon, through YouTube members as a join button, or patreon.com/realfrg. Kevin, you have a good time there on Discord, right?
No, the Discord's great. It's so great
Good
interacting
people
with
there.
everybody. Some spicy takes there occasionally, but we do more than just baseball. Football, basketball, we do prospect talk. Showtime LA is always up there for a good time with the prospect talk. So if you love any of that and other stuff, I think I'm going to got to get a pets channel going, especially because now I got a dog. So.
You do have a dog. We've seen the dog occasionally here pop up on the channel. We'll do an all in the off season, all dog Dodger Dogs edition. We'll just eat hot dogs.
Yeah, I could set up a cam in his pen and we could we'll talk in the dog. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
But we're not done.
Nope, not
8
done
more
yet.
wins.
Nope,
Jose, one last thing. Jose says, will you take back the don't boo the Manny Tatis? No, no, because they didn't boo Manny in the first inning. They cheered. In the first inning, they didn't boo Profar, Tatis, and who's Leah? Arise. They didn't boo. They cheered for Yamamoto.
Yep.
Cheer for your team. That's what Kevin said. Cheer for your team. Don't boo them. Cheer for your team. And then stadium got eerily quiet when Manny Machado came up in the top of the second inning. So I'm not taking it back. I appreciate Dodgers fans doing what they did.
For anybody that's wondering, I do that. I have that feeling for all teams. For the Mets, don't boo Lindor. Cheer for your guys. I don't care who it is. Always cheer for your team. Don't ever boo the other guys. It's not worth it.
And at the moment, 20 subscribers away from 7,500 here on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're looking for a way to subscribe that doesn't cost money, hit that subscribe button, or to support, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. Hit the thumbs up. We can get that YouTube boost, hopefully. and let's ride. 8 more wins. We're here together. We're going to have a good time. 8 more wins. All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. Shout out to our great moderators in the chat, including that guy, helping keeping this chat free of insanity. We want to have a good, healthy, respectable conversation here in the chat. That is at Skinner7 Kevin on the Twitter. Give him a follow. That's how he measures his life, I think.
Yeah,
Twitter,
that's all I care about.
Twitter followers.
I literally, my self-worth is based entirely on my social media following, all 213 of you, which I believe at this point, a solid amount are bots.
Hell yeah, that's what we love. We love bots. I'm Real FRG on all the things. Links are in the description for all that. Again, hopefully we earned a thumbs up on the way out. Hopefully we earned a subscribe. Love you guys. Love the Dodgers. 8 more wins, and we'll see you when we see you. Okay, bye.
Bye.